Right, chapter 3. We still have the photo from the previous chapter. We're going to come to that in a little bit. First, put on your eyepiece, have a look for a thumbprint here. A fingerprint at the very least, or maybe a thumb, who knows. It means you can slide this over to the left, it would fall down thanks to gravity. You can then slide that button down there. Grab the box. Feel free to read the note, I don't care. We're going to take this bead from here, other way, and put it into that indentation over on the right. So, this, that goes to there, bring this in, and then that. Just take the bead, thank you. So there it goes, opens up, you get an ordinary key, which we use just here. That unlocks this wheel, allows it to rotate, which is what you need to do. The goal here is to not do it too fast. Really too fast. This is 4 first. If I go 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's it, correct for the first part. If I carry on going, it resets because that's too many. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I think it's 4 the other way. 3, 4. Nope, 4 is too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doesn't help. I'm playing with the sound off. 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. 5, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cute. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the rest of these, and then the other way. That was more frustrating than it needed to be. Take the little thing from underneath this frame here that you can see there, the small square peg. You place the photo into the frame, use your eyepiece to have a look at it through that little eye hole there. You get the next code that we're going to need, which should be sigil, S-I-G-I-L. If the animation will play out, there it is. May as well keep the eyepiece on so you can see the internal mechanism of this. Let's lock it so we can move this around to here. Allows us to move that piece out of the way. That piece at the bottom goes down, leaving space for that. So now we can move this across and then use the square peg in there. That then opens up this code wheel. So S I G I. No, I must have missed it. There it is. L. Sigil. Open up and you get this wonderful bright blue crystal, which is emanating a strange light. I'm not going to read the note. They're good for lore, L-O-R-E, but they don't really give you any hints for anything. Mostly. Use the light right here on the base. The machine will take it inside. It's a bit spread out, so use the wheel around the place where it's coming out to just focus the beam. Turn it to the left and then you get this. You get this flywheel, a tiny weighted flywheel. And you go around to here. There's one already inside the mechanism there, but there's nothing to make contact with it. Slide these two buttons over both at the same time. They work as like a cog, allowing you to open this drawer, and you get this sort of device for reflecting light. But also, easy to miss, there is a button there on the left of the drawer. See the words slightly reversed in the pattern. Just give it a push, opens this drawer and gives you a hexagonal piece of map. Make your way to the globe and then find the hexagonal shape, or where it goes at least. Come on, thank you. Jeez, wasn't let me turn that at all. Right, so it opens that door, and then you get the brass winding handle with a square pin. That'll come in handy in a moment. For now, I'm just going to go up to the top here and put in the reflector. So that sends a beam of light around to here. and starts us on a couple of little races. So the idea is that when you press one of these buttons, so that one on the right for example, it sends a signal through the monitor, but that signal slowly degrades over time. You have until it gets to here again and resets to find the next switch around the table. So it's press, come out, move around, too much, no. Thank you, and then you've got enough time again to find the next one, which is over here. Press, and that should open up one of the doors there, thank you. And you get a star-shaped piece of the map. Okay, may as well put that into the globe now. Goes there. And there were two buttons, so we go back. And we press the next one. And again, so just keep the relay going. This is that second one by going around to the left, but you may as well just go around to the right as well. And there we have a brass key with multiple folding parts. We come around to here. There we are. And you can use the brass winding thing on this area here and wind it open. Use your eyepiece. And you'll see we have this situation here. You can revolve the turntable to make the null element symbol. Nicely, you get this box, intricate wooden box, which when you inspect it, the bottom revolves, line up the crosses with the corners, and it opens up. And you can then use that just up here. And it opens up this telescope. We won't worry about that just yet though. It's down here. So, the way that I look at this problem is letters of the alphabet. That arm jutting out to the left, if I tilt my head and look at it, that kind of, the part that comes away from the main shaft of the key looks like a letter J. The one at the top looks like a U, and then over the right it's like IL. So when we come to make these shapes, well, that kind of does look like just an L, but it doesn't have the far arm to make the U, so I'm not going to use that yet. There's too much on the left for that to be useful, so I'm going to leave that at a diagonal, so it's out of the way. That does look like a J, so I can go into position. That's got too much stuff going on to be a letter, so it goes over to the side there. That's my IL, and there's my U. So now the diagonals can just get hidden underneath here, and I think I'm ready to use it. Goes in place, lovely. We treat it to another small reflecting device. So it just goes in next to where the other one did. Like so. Reflects light on the other side. Now if you put your eyepiece on, you can see the actual beam of light, and then you've got these sliders at the bottom that move reflectors that are at different angles. It's just a case of lining up these reflectors so that the beam of light will actually travel, it might be that one, to where you need it to, which is not there. There it goes. So it has to go out that gate at the side there. So notice that little door opened and gave us a piece, but also now we have a sky map. We'll grab that oddly shaped piece of map and we'll go back to this telescope. Now note that's a 4x4 grid, And there's certain markers on the diagonal, top left to bottom right, and then two underneath it, which mirrors this shape right here. Starts like so. So that gives us a square piece of map. We put these in. Oh, too far. There we are. Come back. Opens up the 4 doors. Pull the handle. And that opens up the tabletop. Ready for chapter 4. Which is coming next.